Hello, this is the Worst Take podcast where we actually do have the worst takes. We'll be discussing all things film. This week, our topic is the Oscars. I'm Callum, and joining me are my co-hosts, Ben and Zahlemah.
Hello.
Hi.
Let's get started. So, Oscars weekend. What?
Yeah, well, that's standard Oscars. What a very by the
I
book.
think it was a pretty good Oscars.
Yeah, it was quite very few actual shocks and surprises, which was
I know, no slaps. I don't think I can recover after that.
no slaps.
No,
I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
can you imagine if Timothy
I mean-
did try to slap him? He probably would have fallen up the stairs,
Take the Oscars.
Yeah.
Take
The only
Oscar away
person
from
that had
Michael
any
Jordan.
shocks or surprises was Mr. Timothy.
Yeah.
The shock and surprise was like, he's a
I also watched
loser.
the side view of him finding out the news, and he took it pretty well. He didn't go, what?
Yeah.
What?
I think that his big role, he hasn't done it yet. I
Well,
think he's got time.
I think he's got plenty of time.
Do you really think that Timothy Chalamet cannot get better from Marty Supreme? He was really, really good in it. I did see some clips again yesterday just to kind of refresh my memory. But after that, you can't go downhill after that. You can only get better.
Well, unless the failure of this causes him to go downhill.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it was just such a big Oscar campaign. Then to just lose, it's like, oh, whoops.
Everything as well. Like Marty Supreme didn't win anything at the Oscars.
Yeah.
I know.
I think
I do think
it was. Yeah, it was a battle between one battle after another, and Sinners pretty much.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was definitely both of their said films nights.
Yeah.
But I would have only given Mighty Supreme. I would have considered original screenplay, but I think Sinners deserved it more for original screenplay. I think it was more original.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, best actor is what I would have given it. Really, I would have maybe costume, but I think Frankenstein deserved it more.
Yeah.
I know.
Definitely.
We loved the costumes. I know. Our friend loved it as
well. The costumes were fantastic. They were insane, the amount of thought and detail that went into them. I saw one of her dresses were modeled after the a moth or a butterfly or something like that. It's insane what they did with that. Yeah, I do think that it's really funny that a lot of people were like, how is Mia Goth so unrecognizable with eyebrows? Because she plays the mom and the love interest, and she's got eyebrows as the mom, and people are like, oh my gosh, she looks so different.
What's that thing?
That she looks different because she's got eyebrows.
Okay. So she has.
I don't know.
And Pedro Pascal has no mustache.
And Pedro Pascal has no mustache. And Neo does. Leonardo DiCaprio does.
I think he suited the mustache as well, if I'm being honest.
I saw something on Twitter yesterday that said that Leonardo DiCaprio woke up after mustache surgery and was like, where's Pedro Pascal? And they were all like, well, who do you think gave you the mustache?
Oh, man.
I found that really funny.
I like the idea of him giving Pedro a kiss, and then as he backed away, he was like, what happened here?
That's how they should have came in.
Yeah.
To do the reveal.
But Sinners won big. I think deservedly. They had a good night. Because my theory was that after it had 16 nominations, I really thought it wouldn't win anything, and that's why it had so many nominations. So it was actually good to see it actually then win some of those nominations.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see where Ryan Coogler goes from this. He just seems like a cool guy. I hadn't seen any interviews with him, but he just seemed like quite a cool guy.
Yeah, he's quite chill.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I hope he, as much as I like his Black Panther films, I think it'd be nice to see him going making his own original ideas.
Yeah. I hope he stays
because
personally, and just does more of this.
He's bringing back X-Files.
Oh, is he really?
Is he?
Yeah, you guys don't know that?
No.
Yeah, he's doing a.
Is in a film or as a series?
No, like a series.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I feel about that because I mean, I've not really watched it, but X-Files is one of those sort of classic shows. I don't know if it needs.
Yeah, but I think he's just like a really big fan of it, and I think I've also never seen it, but my assumption is either, you know, I guess for this newer generation, kind of making a modernized version of it, or he might just be paying homage to the original, and but I've got no idea. All I've heard is that he's doing it, and I think they're currently in casting. I don't know. I also don't know if it's going to be the same thing or if it's going to be like a continuation or whatever. But
something like a spin-off or at least a continuation, rather than just a whole a classic remake.
Yeah, maybe there's more files.
Maybe there were more files to be found. I think there are more files.
The Epstein files.
We found aliens, now we find predators.
It's like that. What's that Amazon TV show with Al Pacino where he just hunts down Nazi members?
Hunted or Hunters? It's Hunters.
Yeah.
We got some from some Nazis to find. That was a terrible album. Hoo-ha.
Is there any film you think that didn't deserve to win, or like something else should have instead?
I honestly don't.
I don't think there was any winners that didn't deserve it. I think the one that you could probably say is the most not undeserving, but probably the biggest shock is Amy Madigan. Because that whole like category for best supporting actress was so stacked. And I think like you'd probably say her performance was probably not as good as some of the other ones.
Have either of you seen Weapons?
No,
I haven't.
Oh, we missed.
But from what from what I've heard, people have said that it's quite a big surprise in regards to like the two from Sentimental Valley and Tiana Taylor and stuff like that.
But I think what was I going to say? What was this? Oh, people were like, I think people were happy mostly because not a lot of horror characters win Oscars, let alone women. So I think it was like a big deal that she got that, to be fair, but you know.
Yeah, it's nice that the Academy is actually celebrating all film rather than just like pretentious drama.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of when I see a horror film get an Oscar for something. It's always a nice thing.
Because I remember when Lighthouse came out and that got absolutely snubbed. Like whatever you think about it, but like Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson gave two of the best performances of that year, and I don't think they even got a nomination. Which is wild. I think because I don't think so. But apparently the Academy have implemented a new like rule that if you're voting, you have to have seen all the films.
Yeah,
because they didn't have that before. Which you would assume so, wouldn't you? But clearly not. But then at least like they have to watch it, or they have to at least say they've watched it. It might guilt trip them into watching it.
Are you sure you've watched it? I've seen it. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. I really like. What's it called?
Yeah, I love when Martin plays that tennis match. You mean table tennis? Yes, that one.
Yeah, same thing.
Yes. And all the balls were orange. What was all that about, by the way?
The orange ball.
That was the one thing that really annoyed me with My Supreme. The whole like marketing campaign, well, at least the beginning of it, was orange. Orange is in. This is the whole thing. We have orange balls. And then in the movie, it's in the film for like 20 seconds. And they don't even use the orange balls. I was like, I thought you would at least use it once.
Well, it's a good 20 seconds.
Really annoyed me.
That 20 seconds of him like doing the whole white shirt you can't see is being clipped up so many times. I see it on my TikTok all the time.
Oh, it's for a non-ordinary guy. All that. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't use the orange ball. I'm sure there's a great reason. But in terms of the actual event, I think Conan O'Brien's did a really good job. I think the cold open was very funny.
Yeah.
Would have been cool if they'd gone through every film, but obviously, it's not necessarily feasible to do that.
Yeah.
But I think he was again and a great host. I don't know. I can't think of anyone else doing it now, and I don't want to see anyone else doing it because he's just really good. I've heard people say John Mulaney would be pretty good, and I agree with that. But I think you need a showman. Jimmy Kimmel is not a showman.
You know who is a showman?
Who?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's the greatest showman.
He's the greatest, yeah.
You're like, yeah, like agreeing with me.
And this is me.
Yeah.
I couldn't even. I was trying to think of another song.
I can't think of
You've ruined it, Ben. You've ruined it.
What's the other one? It's never enough, is it? No.
Never enough, isn't it? Yeah.
All right. Anyway, yeah, no, I think he'd definitely be great. Actually, I'm trying to think who else would be good. Good showman. Andy Samberg, has he done it? I think he's done it once, right?
No, Andy Samberg would be really good, actually.
I swear he's done it. Pretty sure he's done it.
I can't. I don't think.
I don't think he's presented.
Maybe it wasn't the Oscars, but I feel like he's definitely done. I've definitely seen him do a cold open for something awards related. Because he did this sketch where he pretended like he went in a bunker to watch every film. Oh yeah, can't think, but I think he'd be good. And yeah, I can't think who else. But he was great. Matt Berry was great.
I do like Matt Berry. I think he's hilarious.
I don't think there were any like major snubs. I think everything.
There are. That's why I say it was a pretty standard Oscars. No, nothing too shocking. Nothing too, nothing newsworthy.
Yeah,
it was just all by the books. I mean, I think I went through my predictions, you guys, but like it was all pretty much bang on, just because it was pretty obvious, pretty predictable.
Yeah.
And the biggest winner of the night was definitely one battle after another. And well, probably just Paul Thomas Anderson in general.
And I'm so happy to see that because he's one of my favorite directors. Some of my favorite films are by him. I don't think I've ever seen a film by him that I didn't like. I mean, I wasn't a massive fan of Phantom Thread, but I didn't dislike it. And so I'm just so happy to see him get some recognition for his work. Although not to,
after
not,
13
not
nominations,
that the Oscars are the be all and end all, you know. But it was really cool to see. I'm glad he won Best Director. I think he deserved it most. But yeah,
I disagree. Well, actually, I don't disagree. I think that.
What about?
I feel like there are a lot of them that were deserving of Best Director. I'm just mad that Chloe Zhao didn't bring anything home. Well, I mean, I guess Jessie Buckley, I guess that's still technically a win. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, sure.
Hamnet was life-changing. And if they swept, I wouldn't have been mad at all. If they got Best Sound, I wouldn't even been mad. Because it just needed something. Because God, it was fantastic. And I don't think that it really got much recognition beyond how amazing Jessie Buckley was. And to be fair, she was amazing. Well deserved. She did crazy this award season. She swept all major awards more or less. And I just Chloe Zhao, man, she deserved at least 70 Oscars for that because it was great. Getting me to cry in the cinema.
I think
it got more love than Begonia and The Secret Agent.
That is true.
Is that a surprise?
Yeah, well, The Secret Agent, still a film that made me fall asleep. So, say some of the Oscars are coming for that one.
In another year, at least, I think maybe 3 or 4 of those films would have had a really good chance of being fairly dominant. But because it's such a stacked year, it's if Hamnet or Mighty Supreme or Sinners came out the year that the Green Book won, they would have just swept.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I think any of the year, Hamlet would have been the obvious film that was sweeping.
Yeah, that's true.
I just think One Battle After Another is more culturally relevant.
Yeah,
you don't think that little mascara with a little earring isn't culturally relevant?
It's might be culturally relevant to certain people.
Certain people, certain situations.
It's culturally relevant to you, I imagine.
I'm glad you found it culturally relevant.
It was very culturally relevant.
But yeah, pretty good Oscars. Nothing, honestly, not that newsworthy. It was fine.
I mean, they still haven't learnt from their mistakes of cutting people off, or like just letting the artists actually have their moment.
And then yeah, twice.
Yeah. And they did it twice, and both to like Asian winners. So it's just like that looks targeted at that point.
Yeah, which I think is crazy because you know what? If they'd like turn on the music and then awkwardly turn it back down when Adrian Brody was talking for 27 years, all right, fair enough. But they straight up like the orchestra started playing and you actually can't hear a thing, and they're on the stage like, oh my god, like what's happening? It's horrible. I would have started crying.
Especially for categories where like multiple people get Oscars, you kind of need to let all of them have a say. And also you've got like loads and loads of time which you've dedicated to like comedy bits.
Yeah.
So just go, oh, we'll just have to shorten that comedy bit because that the people winning are more important than us making a joke about like Leonardo DiCaprio or something. So every week, Zahlemah brings some film gossip for me and Ben, and today she's got some Oscar-related gossip, I believe.
I don't have Oscar-related gossip. I have gossip.
Oh, right. I thought this was an Oscar-related podcast.
No. Well, actually, you know, that's not true. I do have Oscar-related gossip because I forgot I didn't tell you. Two things, actually. I mean, it's not really Oscar-related. It's related to the Oscars. Chris Evans and Albert Baptista making I don't think it's their first red carpet debut, but they haven't really been on red carpets together before, especially since, well, they had a kid last year, I think, and within like a week there were rumors of him apparently cheating on her, which is crazy considering, well, I don't know, it's alleged gossip, but that was crazy. That would have been probably a terrible week. Imagine just giving birth and then going on your phone and you say, you know, guess what? Your husband's cheating on you. I would have lost my mind. But that happened.
It's not very Captain America of her.
Exactly. But they had a cute little red carpet.
He's taken freedom a bit too far.
That is not America's.
No, that's not America's ass. But new and gossip from last night. Sebastian Stan and his girlfriend are supposed to be expecting a child, which is actually pretty cool.
Who's he with?
Because you're taking this pretty well, Z. You don't seem to be crying and punching the wall.
Listen, I don't have a crush on Sebastian Stan. I have a crush on Bucky Barnes. It's different. I can separate art from the artist.
Art from the...
her name is Annabelle Wallis.
What's the difference? Like, why Bucky Barnes and not Sebastian Stan?
Because he's not Sebastian. I don't know. It's really weird, actually. I do obviously think that Sebastian Stan's still gorgeous, but it's the character, man. It's Bucky. Sebastian Stan is his own person.
So what if Bucky gets in a relationship?
No, we don't play that over here. We don't. No. When in
so who is
Falcon Winter Soldier episode 1 or 2, he goes on a date. My mind was not a good day for me. But his partner, she's an actress, actually, a British actress, which is a win for the Brits. I like her. She's cool. She seems like she's really nice. They've not been very public. His last relationship was quite public and didn't end very well. But this one, I really like her. I feel like they suit really well, and he seems happy, and I'm very happy for them. It's great gossip.
Annabelle Wallis.
Yeah.
All the Marvel people are like having big life moments.
Yeah.
Tom Holland's got married.
I know, Tom Holland got married to Zendaya. He's now just Tom.
I know.
It's still
Tom. Yeah. What's your last name?
Yeah.
At least his signature's easy now. It's just 3 letters.
Get divorced now. You might
Dom. Okay.
I'm trying to think what else has happened this week.
That's a good gossip.
Tom and Zendaya is like, I can't remember the last time there was a celebrity couple that like
were as good as them.
That big and also that unproblematic.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Like the last ones I can really think of are like Brad and Angelina, and that was like an absolute shit show.
Whoa.
No, I'm not saying unproblematic. I'm saying that wasn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like an absolute nightmare. But usually when you have like these big celebrity couples, they always end up in disaster.
Yeah.
But they seem to actually.
That's what I really like.
They don't publicize it very much, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah. Because I think they actually like each other.
Have you? This is like not film related gossip, but have you heard all the drama around Chappelle Rowan?
No, not at all.
And the paparazzi?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Because she's like going off of the paparazzi for like
which
being paparazzi.
Should because to be fair,
fair enough.
The first time that she went off on them was on a red carpet. I can't remember what award show it was, but they were like shouting at her to like smile more and this, that, and whatever, and it was just being really disrespectful. And she was like, "Don't shout at me," basically, and it went viral. It was a whole thing. People were like, "She's mean. She's horrible. She's this and she's that." And then this recently for Paris Fashion Week, she was filming the paparazzi because they were filming her, and she told them to leave her alone, basically. And people are doing the same thing. And one thing that I've noticed though about how women are perceived after things like that, it's like, oh, they're aggressive and they're crazy and they're disrespectful to the paparazzi, and it's like it's quite disrespectful to them. But Tom Holland pushed past paparazzi to save the day with Zendaya, and everyone's like, oh my god, like he's such a man, like this is how I knew that they would get married, like he protects her so much. But the second a woman does it, bloody, did you see all the stuff that was happening with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo? She defended her one time, and everyone was like, oh my god, she's crazy, she's a bodyguard. They're like 5'1". They're not protecting anybody from anything.
You ever see the one where there was a helicopter and Ariana started crying? Oh no, Cynthia started crying.
No.
The helicopter went over and Cynthia just starts crying and Ariana's just like, give her a minute.
They did have some weird like clips.
I do think they were doing
from their press tour.
I think that
they were clip farming.
I just think that they were madly in love. And the pressures of society is not letting them be together because she's technically got a boyfriend and she's got a girlfriend.
I don't know how to leave SpongeBob. How could she leave SpongeBob, you know? I
mean, you can't if you cheat. What? Well, actually, I don't think she cheated on him.
SpongeBob in the live.
Oh right, that's fair enough.
I mean, did you not know that? Like, that she's dating
no.
I don't know his name.
Bok, is it from Wicked?
Yeah, he's Bok in Wicked, but I mean, Jonathan Slater, something Slater. I think it's a J. But yeah, I just think they fell in love on set and didn't know what to do with all that energy. Instead of just, going home and sharing a nice kiss, maybe they were on. They were on camera.
No euphemism.
What did you say?
They were holding fingers, but it sounded like a real bad
euphemism.
But yeah.
So it was Ethan Slater.
That's it. It's Slater.
Yeah. That sounds right.
He looks a lot like what's his name? Is it Joseph Quinn?
Oh yeah. From Fantastic Four.
Whoa.
Very similar.
Tread lightly there.
I'm not saying he looks better. I'm just saying he looks
I don't see Doja Cat going for Ethan Slater.
Well, you don't know Doja Cat very well.
Why are we bringing Doja Cat into this?
Doja Cat
she's dating Joseph Quinn.
Is she? Since when?
How do you know?
I really don't. I don't keep up with other people's relationships.
I don't know if they're still together, but her whole last album was like, her biggest song last year was about him. He came to all of her shows in London. It was great, really cute. I don't know if they're still together.
I don't really. I'm not involved in much music.
I was gonna say we need to become film gossip. Yeah. Oh, Josie.
I mean, well, to be fair, it's kind of TV gossip because she DM'd Noah Schnapp and was like, "Is Joseph Quinn single?" This was like years ago, and Joseph, he's posted it on his story or something. Out in her.
Of all the people to contact from the Strange Things cast, why would you go Noah Schnapp? Because I don't think Noah and Joseph share any scenes.
Yeah, but she probably just only knew Noah from the cast.
Yeah, because you'd go like I forgot the name. The guy who plays Dustin.
Gaten Matarazzo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gaten Matarazzo.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown famously plays Dustin.
Yeah.
No,
and Gaten plays is in Damsel. He's really good at it. So, every week, two of our co-hosts debate it out over a film or film take, and this week we've got Ben Zahlemah debating on whether or not Bohemian Rhapsody deserved all the Oscar nominations and wins that it got. I've never seen it, and I don't really have an opinion on it, so at the end of the debate, I'm going to decide which of these two has the worst take.
Well, I can promise you Z has the worst take, because she thinks it's a good film.
Well,
no, I don't. Z has
I want. Calm down. I'm the moderator here, and I want to hear Zahlemah's take first.
Oh, wow.
Oh god. Oh no. So
Callum, 1 minute.
Oh yeah, are we doing a minute?
Felt joy before.
Okay.
You know, just joy and whimsy and a good time. And you've ever watched something and thought to yourself, you know what? That was fun. You know, for the most part. Have you ever thought to yourself, I actually don't know anything at all about Queen. I know Freddie Mercury. It's pretty cool. But you know what? This was fun. I liked that. This was nice. And that's how I felt about Bohemian Rhapsody. I enjoyed it. I thought, you know, some of it was funny. I thought that some of it was fun and campy. I didn't really like the teeth. He looked like he dribbled a little bit in them, which was annoying as someone who also has big teeth. But I liked it. I thought it was
that's selling it. That is.
It was a fun watch.
How were the performances? How were the musical bits?
I think
all right, that was our whole minute there, so we're gonna end that on it was good.
That's not fair.
Right. Go on. We've got a strong start from Zahlemah.
We've got big teeth there is her main argument.
And dribbling from the big teeth, which is I really want to watch that.
They looked uncomfortable.
Right.
He's a fake cheetah.
Right, Ben, your time starts now.
Rhapsody is awful. It won Best Film Editing, and it famously has one of the worst scenes in film editing. If you haven't seen it, watch the scene where John Reed approaches them up by this bank, by the riverside. It's awful. It cuts so many times. It is an awful bit of editing. The films don't match up with the years. They'll show the year 1975, and they're playing Fat Bottom Girls, which didn't come out until 1976. 1977. So that's incorrect. The music's all over the place. Rami Malek, I don't know what he was doing with Freddie Mercury. I have watched every documentary on Queen. I've read every book on Queen. I have watched so many interviews on Queen. Freddie Mercury was not like that. I don't know what Rami Malek was doing. I don't know what he was watching. He clearly got the wrong guy. He clearly mistakenly chose the wrong person to pretend to be. Everyone else is really good. The guy who plays Brian May, whose name I've forgotten, he's spot on with the voice. The story is inaccurate. He didn't tell them that he had AIDS or HIV at Live Aid. There was never this whole, are they going to come? They weren't meant to come. They were just there. They never broke up. They never broke up at all. There are so many lies fed into the film. It's just awful. The performance.
That is your time, Ben. I'm sorry.
It's just not good. Although it being camp is not a bad thing because Queen were camp.
See,
given that Freddie Mercury was gay.
Well, he was bisexual actually. Get it right.
Oh, was he? Sorry.
See, my thing is that is this not like a free for all now? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, go for it.
Now
I think that you can. I don't think that I really like an incredibly accurate.
Okay, I thought you were about to say I don't think I really like it, but
no, I don't think that you can never really make a really accurate biopic. There's always something that's going to be wrong or something. You can do your research, don't get me wrong, like you can actually actively try and make an accurate biopic, but he was dead. You can't sit there and go, oh, I'm going to hire a medium. Freddie Mercury, how do you want us to do your film? You're kind of just going to pick and choose all the bits that you think are important and put it in there.
I don't know. I've seen Ouija. They could have used the Ouija board to get in contact with him.
And I just think that like they tried, and most of it was fun. If you watch it as it's different because you really love Queen, so I feel like the way you view it is different. But as somebody who I like their music, but I don't really know much about them, nor did I really care for them. I watched it and I was like, you know what, this is fun. I quite like Queen. Like this sounds like great. I have no idea what happened behind the scenes in their conversations. Nobody does but the band. So really, half the dialogue.
My biggest issue with it is that Brian May and Roger Taylor, the two members that have anything to do with the band still, they had too much input on the film. So essentially, they made Freddie look like the bad guy for a lot of the scenes. Like Freddie causes the break with the film. That never happened. Freddie never did that. So they have this. There's a scene in the film where they have a really big issue with Freddie doing a solo album, and they're basically like, "Well, why would you do that? Oh, you're betraying the band, betraying the band." But in reality, Roger Taylor did a solo album first. Now, and then coincidentally, Roger Taylor in real life has basically gone, well, let's not do that. We'll make Freddie the bad guy. And so they've had way too much input on the film. They don't want to be seen as the bad guy for anything. There's a bit in the film where they allude to Roger Taylor having affairs with his wife. It's such a small thing, and that's the only time they look bad in the film. But other than that, the other members look like angels. At no point do they have anything. It is just a film about Freddie, but it's an inaccurate film about Freddie.
She's left the debate.
I know.
Oh, sorry, my cat wanted to leave. But no, I don't disagree
with that. Zahlemah, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is this similar as it's fun, as you were saying about Assassin's Creed?
No.
Because you do.
This is a different. It's fun.
Thank God.
It's just I get what you're saying about it. It's a fun film, and it doesn't need to be accurate. I agree. It doesn't need to be accurate, but the amount of liberties they take. Like if I was to rewatch that film, it's ridiculous how many lies are in that film.
And but then I feel like, going into it and watching it and knowing that whoever had way too much input on the film and knowing that information and knowing what you know about Freddie Mercury, I'd just be glad that he's got a bloody movie. And it's fun. Like it's
he better be grateful.
Like
I'll tell you what as well.
What were the
it's not a documentary. It's not like
for you, Ben? What were the what were the actual like the singing performances like?
So well,
because it's sort of like F1 where the actual film not great, but the actual like the racing or like the main bit of it is quite well.
Well, no, he was lip syncing all the singing. There's a guy on YouTube called Mark Martel who does really good impressions, and they used him to do an impression at one point for the singing, but the voice is really not great. I don't think he sounds. It's not awful, but the voice isn't amazing. I just don't think it's a very good performance. I really don't. I think it's a very hammy performance, and I don't think he deserved the Oscar.
But when you're listening to those music beats, are you like, singing along, happy? Or...
I mean, it's always cool to hear the music, but it's like I'm not watching the film just to hear the music. I'll just put on a CD.
But you wouldn't use Spotify. But exactly, so you're not.
Surprised you're not on vinyl.
You're not watching it to be like, oh my god, I love Freddie Mercury so much. You're not. You just watching
but my issue
it
is like
for the fun.
The Bob Dylan film, right? That was not that accurate in the sense that they were trying to keep up the idea of him being like an enigma and he was all mysterious, and that worked. Whereas this film is trying to be like, here's the story of Queen. It's like, no, it's not. That's not at all how it went down. But I will say, the original plan in like 2011, they hired Sacha Baron Cohen to play Freddie. Roger and Brian basically wanted the halfway point of the film to be Freddie dying, and then the rest of the film is just how the band coped with the loss. And like I said,
so it wasn't about Freddie.
It's never been about Freddie. They've always wanted it to be about them, and that's exactly what we got. And I love these guys for the record, but I just think the way they approached it was awful.
Right, okay. I'll make my decision.
But okay, before you do
I'm very conflicted. It's actually quite a close debate.
You do that, I do think,
yes,
in my opinion, that is why I don't think that it's a bad film. I think it's just a biased film. Because them having as much influence as they did on it shouldn't have been the case. But I don't think that makes it bad. I think that just shouldn't have been done that way. But I feel like in almost every biopic that's happened so far, someone has a biased opinion and someone's opinion changes what the story is. But you can still enjoy the film and be like, you know what? I had good fun watching it. Because I don't know, I didn't, after that, I couldn't tell you what happened to Queen. I don't remember, to be fair, because I'm not watching that to learn anything about them. And what, if anything, I watch a documentary.
Zahlemah, stop talking. You're making your point worse.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, I mean, be watching. Why would
you just
I do
said,
that?
"Oh, I don't watch it to learn anything."
No, but I mean, like, I'm not. If I actually truly cared about Queen and wanted to really see what happened between them, blah blah blah, I'd be watching documentaries, like actual people that are truly trying to dig up real information. I'm not gonna watch a flamboyant, Oscar-nominated film to get my information about a band when it's common knowledge that it's biased anyway.
Just to rub it in Ben's wounds, it's an Oscar-winning film.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. It was a good film.
Right. Okay. You've both brought good points to the table. I'm not a Queen fan. I could not care less about their music.
You'd love it. The mute the film.
Which is why I think I could enjoy it, because I don't know anything about Queen and I wouldn't know that there's any factual incorrections. But I understand it from Ben's point of view, because I think that's the same way I think of F1. But like Ben says, he thinks he would like F1 because he doesn't follow the sport. It's a very hard decision.
Right, just before you say that, Antonelli winning, first breaking a record for pole time as well. My God.
No, he didn't break a record for pole time. He just became the youngest pole sitter. Yeah, you're just sucking up to it. It's not working. Stop being a little lick ass.
Hamilton third, Russell second. My God. Oh.
You're just like a pick me.
Yeah. Literally, you just can't lose.
So it's a hard decision, but I feel like Ben has the better justification. But if I was going off my own personal experience on whether or not I'd watch the film off of your guys' advice, I'd probably have to say that I'd choose Zahlemah's. Which means, unfortunately, Ben, you have the worst take.
How does this happen? Kind of clearly you have the worst take.
Of course.
At least she's just a bit confused.
Because I think if I watched it, I would enjoy it because I wouldn't know any better. I agree with you that if I knew the law, I would not enjoy it as much. But unfortunately, these are the circumstances.
I'm sending you a link to the awful editing that the film has, then, because
I'm not gonna watch it. Not watch it. Is it like Taken 3 jumping over the fence style?
It's worse than that. I promise you, it's worse
all
than
over
Taken
the place.
3.
Okay,
it's awful, and it works.
After I've watched that, next week I'll see if.
And the editor did an interview, shit talking this YouTuber who critiques his editing. He was going, "Well, I'm not good an editor." He took it so badly.
You have to just watch films sometimes.
I'm sorry, Ben, but
without your degree,
you are the inaugural winner of the first take, the worst take. Sorry.
Well, having it.
That is terrible.
You're not being sour about that at all.
Right.
I mean, I'm quite happy, but it's
I'm never gonna win a debate now.
Yeah, I'm biased now.
So that wraps up the first episode of the Worst Take podcast. Congratulations to the loser of the worst take, Mr. Ben, and
so dramatic.
Next week we'll be diving into. I know he's a sore loser. Next week we'll be diving into Lynn Ramsey's Die My Love. Again, thank you for listening, and we shall see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah, see you.
Bye.
Bye.